In today's video, we are going to continue our Valk cam series, focusing in on the best cams on a theme park. And before we get into it, go down to the comment section. Let me know what other tricks you'd like to see on the channel in the future. And let's aim for 100 likes on this video. Now, make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel and hit that notification bell so you know when we upload our next video. And without me talking anymore, let's dive in and get started. It's Alan from the Dangleberries here, once again teamed up with Elevate to bring you the best cams on theme parks, starting off with the first one here on the first floor inside maintenance. Now this cam is insane because it's completely invincible. Once you get it into this spot, you cannot shoot it out whatsoever. So once you place the cam exactly the way I've done on screen, and it goes down behind that kind of like metal fencing up on the side of the wall, it is actually not possible to shoot this cam out. They would have to use some of their utility to destroy the cam, because if you hit it right exactly the way I've done it, it's really difficult to shoot it out because it's completely bulletproof from down below. You get so much intel on them trying to get that maintenance wall open, so it's a really strong cam to use. So this next one is just for the bomb site on the first floor inside throne room. So right here on the wall up on the top left, if you should have a small hole and place the cam on the side of the wall, you can watch over the whole bomb site for any attackers who get in and are trying to get the diffuser down. You can watch over by throne, and you can watch that default plant over in the corner as well of armory. So it's a very good cam for making sure that you have intel for your teammates if the attackers get into sight. Now this next one is like one that I like to use a lot because this red hall is hard to find a place for a cam. So on the floor here right near 90, in between the ladder, you can actually place a cam on the side of the wall. It's very difficult for the attackers to see as they're coming around 90. The only chance they'd really see it if they're coming out gong door, but it's a really strong cam because you can watch that gong door, you can watch 90, and you can see people moving around by the dragon area. Moving on to the next cam here, we're going to move into the first floor drug lab, which is a good place to place a cam because a lot of people try to push in through that drug area in the window and come through bathroom. So if you just lay prone here, it's very straightforward. Place a cam in underneath the table. Make sure you get it right into the center underneath the table. You can watch that whole lab, anyone coming in the window, inside, and coming through bathroom. So it's a very strong cam. A lot of intel can be given on this one, especially if the site is in throne, so you can get people pushing towards the bomb site. Now this next one takes us into the hallway just in the arcade entrance here. So right over by these two arcade machines, on the underside of this little stool, making sure to place the cam exactly the way I have. What this allows you to do by placing it exactly that way is you can see into Barrel's room, you can see the hallway down towards Split, and you can of course see lower arcade. So it's a great cam for getting a lot of intel again for that throne site. So I advise you to keep using this one. Now I do have a variation to this that you can use inside arcade, and this is a great thing about Valk cams. You can place cams in so many different places. These are just ones that I like to use, and you can see here on this cam especially, it's very difficult to see this cam for the attackers. So the variation to this one is you can put them inside in the arcade machines, but I actually like to put one right up on this spot here, making sure to get exactly where I pinpointed on screen. It's difficult for them to see if they jump in lower arcade window, and you can also see parts of the top arcade, the hallway, all the way down towards bunks. So it's a really strong cam. Once again, it gives you a lot of intel on the stairs and lower arcade and the doorway coming out of Barrels. Moving on to the next cam here, it's actually inside Barrels, up here in the side of this vent just near the hatch. If you place the cam right where I've pinpointed, it's really difficult for the attackers to see if they're jumping in that window, trying to get that wall open. Now there is a small little blind spot which is right on that wall part, but you can watch everywhere else inside Barrels, and you can use sound to hear their other positions. That's the most important thing you gotta remember about Valk cams. It's not always about full visuals, sound cues are just as important. As you can see here, it's difficult to see this cam as they're jumping in the window. Now the next one takes us up onto the second floor inside cafe. Now you can put them up in the corners here. I like to do this if I'm under pressure and don't have time to do the full placement. But what I actually like to do is I can put one on the underside of this trash bin in the corner. So if you go downstairs into lab, and exactly where I've pinpointed next to this red beam, if you shoot a hole in the ceiling, you can place a cam on the underside of that trash bin in cafe. Now it's a great cam because they're never going to see it, and you can give a lot of intel for your teammates or for yourself to get a C4 off and pick anyone off pushing through cafe. And moving on to the next one, which takes us out just into the main hallway here at the top of yellow stairs. Another simple cam, but a very, very effective one. Making sure to place it as far back but underneath this vending machine as possible. You'll get tons of intel of them coming up yellow stairs, the hallway coming out of cafe, all the way down towards the upper arcade area, and the doorway into daycare. So another great cam here with tons of intel that you can provide to your teammates. Moving on to the next cam here, which takes us onto the upper arcade, and again a very simple cam here. By placing a cam inside the arcade machine at the very end of the hallway, you can watch that whole hallway all the way down to that upper arcade area right by the window, and the staircase is also in view, so again more intel to pass on to your teammates. Now there is a variation to this. There's tons of options. Once again, you can place one on the underside of this stool, which gives you a little bit of an area watching that cafe door in the hallway. You can also put them in the arcade machines, but what I like to do here is right next to this red beam where the lights are on the side of the wall. If you place a cam up there, it's actually difficult to see because of the LED lights going across the side of the wall, and it's difficult for them to see coming up the stairs. It gives you all that intel for that top open arcade area where you can have people pushing in the window or coming out into the hallway from cafe. Now this next cam is the waiting room cam. A lot of people know about this one, but it's such a strong cam. If you place it right in that little gap there next to the red beam, you can watch the whole of Dragon down below, coming out of maintenance, top Dragon, into cash room, also the initiation door, the door going into office, and the door coming into waiting room from the hallway. So there's tons of intel that you can pass on to your teammates from this one, so it's definitely a very strong cam to use. So the next one, it takes us inside the cache. I have a couple of variations in here, super straightforward. Right underneath this shelf in the corner, if you can tuck it up as far as you can on the underside, you'll be able to watch anyone inside cache as they're approaching the office bomb site. Again, it's difficult for them to see this cam as it is so tucked in under the shelf. As they're coming in that doorway off the balcony, they won't be able to see it because of the desk. You can see here I'm showing what it looks like. So when you're coming in off that balcony, because of the desk and the computer, it's really difficult to see the cam, but you'll be able to give that extra intel and be ahead of their positioning in the round. Now the other option is you can put it on this other shelf. Gives you less visuals, but again, sound cues are very important. But again, it's a great cam to use to watch that cache area as they're making their push towards the bomb site. So this next one takes us into control room. This is a really strong cam. I love using this one. So right up here where all these wires are on the ceiling, if you place the cam on the back side here, right up in this corner, making sure to get it exactly where it pinpointed on screen, you'll be able to watch the whole of control room. They cannot see it as they're coming in the door or dropping down the hatch. Now, obviously the wires are going to block some of those visuals, but you can still ping in between the wires. You can still see them moving in between the wires, and it is just a really good cam because there's a very, very slim chance of it being shot out. You can see me standing in the room there, and you can ping as I'm showing you. No matter where you are in the room, it's just making sure to get it in between the wires. Now the next one's a straightforward one for inside office, up on the back side of this shelving unit behind the bar. Again, a really strong cam because they're so focused when they get into the bomb site that they're not going to be looking around. Up at this cam up in the top of the shelf here, you can see that bathroom door, you can see the door in outside of waiting. So again, a great cam to use. So this next cam is just a bonus cam for initiation, but that's it for the video today, guys. Make sure to like the video, go down to the comment section, let us know what other types of tips and tricks you'd like to see on the channel. Now, of course, if you're new, like I said at the start, make sure to hit that sub and the notification bell so you can keep up to date on our videos. And if you haven't got your hands on any of the Elevate skins, make sure to check them out in the R6 shop. And until next time, I'll talk to you in the next one.